Simone McGill made her return and scored a goal.
And what's your number one fact about Simone McGill?
That we're cousins. Jordan, no middle name Nobbs.
Do you want no middle name?
Jordan, no middle name Nobbs.
Jordan, no middle name Nobbs.
No middle name Nobbs.
This is the 13th minute, and it's 12 minutes.
Oh, which goalkeeper?
I still think it should be Mary.
Because Mary's your idol.
I don't want to be biased. I just love it. Okay, that's biased. Welcome to All the Queers, some idea. Where it's always chaotic.
Yeah.
Holly says better late than never, and I agree. Where the hell were you?
Where the hell was I? I was running upstairs. I was making very milky tea.
Well, there's a sharp start time, Catesborough.
Excuse me, I was trying to get cables upon cables to make this mic situation work.
No, it did not work.
I was 1 minute late.
It's enough to make me panic. Okay, what's your half the pitch? What's your thing that happened this week other than the Emirates? I don't want to talk about that, I'm still not ready.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
I thought that. So my first response was, it could be a lot worse. Like, straight away, it could be a hell of a lot worse. But
Could have been Arsenal or Chelsea shooting practice.
like, what's their biggest scoreline at the moment? 7-0, and that was against Crystal Palace. But there's always a chance it could happen. Like, we either play really good or terrible. But this one, I actually thought we played all right.
Yeah, we played all right for the team that we were playing against, which is good. It wasn't a massive. It also wasn't great. But I'll take the loss. I'll take the fact that Ford got a goal, and I'll take the loss because it wasn't an embarrassment.
Yeah, Holly put thank God for Caitlin Ford. Oh, honestly, that woman, without her, nothing.
Has been on fire this season. I think that she's probably been our saving grace.
Yeah. Who do you think's not been on fire that's usually on fire? Controversial question.
I think Russo's been very quiet. Beth
I was going to say that as well. She's just not, like, I feel like not before, but usually she's really, like, she just gets, like, all the moment happens and she gets it, and I feel like the moments are happening and she's not getting it. Yeah, Holly's put Russo on Mido.
Yeah, it's just there's something about it. It's not gelling right now. So
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what, but they need to do something. And
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person, but maybe that something is Jonas Eidevall.
Someone's put Jonas and followed most of the team and vice versa. If it's happening, if the WSL has got managers doing Instagram beef, I think we've got an issue, like, in itself.
Yeah.
If that's how he's handling it, that's a problem.
I'm just gonna go and unfollow all of the team.
I'll shut up. Other than that, we've got Man U Tottenham.
Man U Tottenham.
3-0.
So most of the WSL games were played on Sunday this week.
Yeah. We were the only one. Was it Arsenal Chelsea was the only one on Saturday?
Yeah. And I don't think there were any on the Friday. No, there was a championship game on the Friday, but everything else was on the Sunday. So we had Man U Tottenham. That was 3-0. 2 by Turland, who apparently played phenomenally. If people in the comments want to confirm. We didn't watch the match.
Didn't watch the match. But Brogues, I know, is United fan. She's already popped up saying United.
United.
So I presume that Brogues watched. Law said United are smashing it. They are smashing it, and I feel like I've got like a little connection to want them to smash it because of Ella Toon right now. I feel like if ever there's a season that I want Man United to do well, it's this one.
Yes, indeed. 0-0 Aston Villa, Leicester City. Brighton beat Crystal Palace. Everton 1-1. Everton having a bit of a stinker of a season. Their one goal was because of a West Ham own goal.
Oh, I was going to say, so technically it would have been 1-0 at West Ham Everton.
Yeah.
That's even more, like, not upsetting for us, but, well, yeah, because we didn't even score.
Yeah.
I just would like to
Um,
leave a game at the moment and feel like great.
yeah, I know, I know that's the problem. Um, I, I, I hate to say it because I love Arsenal, but I don't have any faith in them right now.
No, Holly's even put the fact we were middle of the table and Brighton are higher. I didn't realise they were.
Yeah, we're
No.
sixth in the table right now.
Oh
Sixth.
no.
Um, and then of course Man City having an absolute dream of a start of the season. They beat Liverpool 2-1. Although Liverpool were leading at half time
Yeah,
in
I
that
would say
match.
that's pretty weak score for Man City against Liverpool.
Pretty weak score, but we got to remember that Man City have just come off the back of a match with Barcelona, and they're on their kind of Champions League run. So
Did
this
they
is just
win
just light work for
2-0?
them.
Was that the same night that Arsenal lost 5-2?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is that another loss to Arsenal that we can just cover in this week?
It was indeed the same night that Arsenal lost 5-2, and it was again. Shaw is having a fantastic time of it. She scored in that match against Barcelona, and she scored in the match against Liverpool as well. So Bunny Shaw is on fire right now.
He's well and truly back.
Well and truly back.
Laws, God, why did we bring that up? I'm sorry. I felt I couldn't ignore it. It was the elephant in the room.
No,
It was the Bayern Munich in the room.
it was the Pernille Harder in the room.
It was the Pernille Harder in the room. If there's a Pernille Harder on the goddamn pitch, we should have. No.
Oh,
She just get a little ding.
please. Yeah.
Don't know what that
I don't know
means.
what that is.
I want to know what it means.
Oh, are you getting gifts? Is that what it is?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Tills has put, does Courtney not do this live as well anymore? No, she doesn't. She's a comedian now. She's doing great things. So if you want to get your dose of Courtney, she is this week doing a live show in, oh God, I forget every week. The
Hope Theatre.
The Hope Theatre. I think there's a few tickets left if anyone wants to go. But that's where you'll find out.
I think there's a few for the Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know about the Friday, but yeah, I think she's doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I want to say. I don't know.
I want to say that's right. And Saturday. But I think that's all sold out. Friday and Saturday are sold out.
In other news this week, we've got more Champions League games coming up on Wednesday and Thursday this week. So Juventus, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Vålerenga.
Vålerenga sounds like a fun place.
Vålerenga.
Vålerenga.
It sounds vaguely Spanish, but I think they might be not Spanish. I think they might be from Sweden or somewhere.
Oh. So, I also would have gone Spanish, but that's
like a
what I meant.
Little O above the A.
Oh, I know what you mean. That sounds very Norwegian or something. Yeah. Swedish, Norwegian, that kind of vibe.
So, yeah, quite a lot of exciting midweek games this week. And then back to regular.
I don't know what that does.
They're Norwegian. Eileen says it's Vålerenga.
Excellent. Norwegian.
And then back to regular WSL schedule on the weekend. In other news, the third round qualifying for the FA Cup was played this Sunday with like what looks like 1 billion teams playing.
There was a lot. I tried to have a look and see if there's any that were close by, and the list.
The list was too long. I think there was a Wickham team playing. There
Wickham
was
Wanderers.
Woodley United. They lost their game 8-2. But those would be our local teams. So sorry to them. I don't even know what the Wickham score was. I can't even find it. And then we also had championship games as well. So it was a busy weekend for women's football. Birmingham got their win on
They did.
Friday.
Versus Sheffield United, was it?
Yes, indeed. And Simone McGill made her return and scored a goal. So good for her.
What was Simone McGill out with? Was it ACL?
No, she was just getting up to speed with Birmingham, I think.
And what's your number one fact about Simone McGill?
We're cousins. I don't
I
know.
thought it was that she scored an 11-second goal in a game.
Oh yeah, she holds the world record fastest goal scored. 11 seconds.
Not the absolute lie that she's your cousin.
Hey, listen, nobody knew that until you said it.
What's your real fact? This absolutely incorrect fact. It's not a fact.
Hey, we only said we had some idea.
Fair. Absolutely fair. Oh, someone's put stop. I know so many people who are cousins with I guess, Simone. See? Who knew? Maybe you've got a whole host of fam out there. That little ding sound is really intriguing me.
I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if it's coming from me or you or what, but
Someone Kev's but never let the truth stand in front of a good rumour. And you know what? Katie never has.
Never have, famously. Healy's asking where's the fancy microphones. The fancy microphone is here, but the fancy microphone, when I plug it in, it doesn't do anything.
No, it does. So the microphone works, but then because it's going into your headphone port, we then can't hear. So we need to combat that. We just need to think a bit more before, because the problem was before we were doing it both on the same phone, so we didn't need to hear.
Yeah. Whereas we need to hear each other.
We didn't think of all the variables, you know,
and that. Think of all the variables. It does have like a little headphone port. I don't know what that means, but anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll read the instruction manual. It was in German. It was in Mandarin. It was also in English, but we'll figure it out.
I think it absolutely means that it's a port for the headphones.
Yeah, but I don't know what that means in terms of this.
Might just have to up our game again.
We will up our game, but it's all good.
Holly's put some idea or no idea. Holly, well, I don't think we need to go into that. Oh my god, I've had a nice comment here about my hair. This is not football related, but Ali, what's your hair routine? Because always fire. It's actually filthy right now. I played a netball match and then I blow dried the sweat back on because I didn't have time to have a shower yet. You must know, it's a netball game. That's the treatment. Works every time. Brosa says you might have to be big headphone podcast girlies. I can't lie, I would kind of enjoy that.
Big headphone. And I actually have a hair routine as well. It's called My Girlfriend Blows Dries My Hair When I Can't Be Bothered.
I did a great job of that. If someone like, that's gorgeous.
Look at me with my hair down. It's a rarity.
What a femme queen. I even got them curls perfect. I can't even blow dry my own hair that good. It's ridiculous.
It's sitting high. I've got a lot of hair. Let me just put it up.
Put all that effort in and you're going to put it up. Oh, God.
I know, but you know what? You know what I'll do? Just for you? I'll put it in a cheeky little pone.
Cheeky little pone. Someone said, Eileen said that is a great blow dry. Thank you, Eileen. The trick is Kate's actually got quite good hair.
If only I cared for it.
She doesn't get it out very often, but it is actually quite nice.
I don't, and I wore it down at netball tonight because I had to wear my little hat, my little Arsenal hat, because I was cold. And somebody on your team said that they didn't even recognise me.
I know, you do look really different with it down.
I do.
Trading in for a femme. And also I did use the detangler spray, what's it called? The banana Umberto Gianni?
I know the one.
That one.
And I left my hair feeling very soft and nice and detangled. So thank you very much.
Pleasure. We've got a what's your guys' opinion on Jonas right now? Do you want to do one more Jonas coverage? Have you seen, someone put it here as well, that someone's put on the wall outside Emirates Jonas out?
Yes, I saw that. Ooh,
yeah.
No part of it.
Which, that's, I know it's not about personal feelings, but imagine coming out of work and seeing basically someone's spray painted on the wall. You should be fired.
No, that could happen to me.
I know, too bad.
If kids have a bad day.
They are very bold.
Apparently it's massive Eileen was at the Emirates this morning, and it's actually massive. So I'll have to have a little look on Wednesday when I'm down there.
I want to see it. I
And
don't. But...
I'll
Oh
get
yeah,
a
you're
picture
going to the
each side
game.
for scale. Yes, me and Ems are off to the game.
Gel. I really had to debate. I've got a netball game, and I was like, I did miss the last one for the. I missed netball for the BK hacking game, and I was like, it does get to a point where I'm like, I am a member of a team, and I need to put the bees
And
first.
I would say that you're a star player for your team.
I don't think we could go that far. Team to team.
I've gone that far.
You do have a small bias, and that bias is your
I don't
fans.
know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely not.
Right, any other news that hot off the pitch that we have missed?
Nah, whatever we have, we'll take it. So what did we miss? Hit me. What's our
Right.
5 minutes on? You haven't told me this week. I'm excited.
Yes, so I thought 5 minutes on, what better to do it than a person who has just broken a WSL appearance record. Do you know who that person is?
WSL appearances record. As in the most appearances?
As in the most appearances. Do you want me to tell you how many appearances?
Yeah.
193 appearances.
Okay, we've got a lot of guesses, and I can't pretend I haven't seen them. It's Jordan Nobbs.
It is indeed.
Yeah. I can't lie.
It is indeed Jordan Nobbs. Jordan, no middle name Nobbs.
Do you got no middle name?
Jordan, no middle name Nobbs.
You got no middle name Nobbs?
No middle name Nobbs.
Who thought it? Jordan, no middle name Nobbs. Off we go.
I actually hope that her nickname in school was like Hobnobs or something.
You could do better. I mean,
well,
it's one of them last names, isn't it? Where you're like,
no middle
wish
name
I didn't have it.
Nobbs.
I mean, I know knowing kids, I know what the abuse was probably with her last name.
Well. So, born on the 8th of December 1992, making her very similar in age to us, and yet, well, I can only speak for myself, a damn sight more awarded than us.
I'm accomplished. Speak for yourself.
All right, you come back to me when you've won the WSL 3 times, the FA Cup 4 times, and the former Conti Cup 5 times.
I did get an Amazon voucher at work for my ED&I sport, so
whoa,
same on terms of level of achievement, I'd say.
All right, well, 31 years old, born in Stockton-on-Tees, plays as a midfielder. Started at the Sunderland Centre for Excellence when she was just aged 8.
Cute.
And upon turning 16, had first call up for Sunderland's first team. So we're talking, she was a quick achiever here. And she helped them in that season that she started. She helped them win the FA Women's Premier League Northern Division.
Mm-hmm.
And they reached the 2009 FA Cup final where they were beaten by Arsenal. So, keep that in mind.
Jordan Nobbs, how dare you?
Because she played for Sunderland from 2008 until 2011. So she was an integral part of the Sunderland squad. She scored 9 goals in 29 appearances for them. She was named the Manager and Players Player of the Year. And in 2010, she was the FA Young Player of the Year. She won the FA Young Player of the Year award. So, young Jordan Nobbs is making a name for herself. Young Jordan Nobbs.
She's always been an achiever.
Is achieving. Exactly.
She's achieving. Jordan, no middle name Nobbs.
Jordan, no name Nobbs, no middle name Nobbs is achieving. And I tell you what, in 2010, I wasn't winning an FA Young Player award. I was doing my A levels.
What was I doing? 2010. Oh yeah, you're a year older than me. I was doing my GCSEs. That's probably the last time that I felt quite successful.
Aww.
Nailed it, GCSE.
Well, listen. We're not winning FA Young Player of the Year awards, but I'm sure we were doing something.
But did she get an A in statistics GCSE? I don't know. Same
That
thing.
we don't.
That we don't know.
I can tell you that she went to Sedgefield Community College, but I don't know what she did
We must find out. Very important to me.
there.
I need to
So
know if she had an interest in science.
she signed for Arsenal in 2010
Mm-hmm.
and debuted in September. So this was 2010 was when the WSL was just restarting, like its
Okay.
rebrand. So they hadn't they decided that it wasn't gonna be a summer league.
Oh
So
yeah.
she was able to still play for Sunderland while before she was playing for Arsenal.
Okay.
Um, because I think they played a summer league, and then in the September she was able to start for Arsenal, and she debuted in that September in a women's Champion League match where they won, and I think she scored a goal. So she played a key role in that first WSL season, and Arsenal won the title. Um, and she played 157 times for Arsenal between 2010 and 2023.
157.
157 times, scoring 52 goals. So, like, during all of her appearances for Arsenal, she basically played in like every game, like
That's insane.
every game of the season, every Champions League game, every FA Cup game. Like she was there and she was playing.
Playing.
So she, unfortunately, so 2010 to 2023, she is playing for Arsenal, but in 2018 she suffers an ACL injury, all too common in the game, as we know. She returned in 2019 after I think it was 285 days out, and she scored in her returning match against Spurs, where Arsenal won that
What a
match.
queen. What a queen.
What a queen! What a queen! So that fast forwards us from 2018 onwards. She is kind of riddled with injuries, ankle injuries, knee injuries, and it kind of puts her on the back bench a little bit with Arsenal. So in 2023, she signed an 18-month contract with Aston Villa, and she's had 36 appearances there, 6 goals, and she seems to be getting on swimmingly.
Dandy.
Dandy. As for England, she's made 71 appearances, 8 goals. Called up in 2013, and she played as vice captain. So she played a couple times
I
vice
didn't know that.
captain. Yeah.
Who was captain then? Was
Because
it Steph Horton?
it was Steph Houghton, and she was injured. So Jordan Nobbs stepped up. She made quite a name for herself. She played in the 2013 and 2015 Cyprus Cup, but unfortunately, in her first game in the 2015 Women's World Cup, she got injured and sat the rest of the tournament out. She was ruled out of the 2019 Women's World Cup. She missed out on the 2020 Olympics and the 2022 Euros due to a knee injury, but was in the squad for the 2023 Women's World Cup. Yay!
Was she? Did she
Yeah.
play?
I don't know if she played, but she was called up.
Gosh, she's had a really like riddled time with international football, hasn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
That sucks.
So
Like to have that many appearances in like top league football and then never Laws but she didn't get to play. I didn't think she did.
no, I think she was named on the team sheet, but she never actually made any
Oh,
minutes.
that sucks. And like Law said
But
earlier as well, players seem to thrive when they're not Arsenal.
I know. But in fairness, during her appearances at Arsenal, like I said, she won 3 WSL titles, 4 FA Cups, and 5 what were Conti Cups with Arsenal during her, what did I say, 157 appearances.
Jesus.
So she broke the WSL appearance record on the 5th of October, so weekend passed. It was a loss. They did lose, but the record was previously held by Sophie Engel, who is currently out.
Oh yeah, but so she would have kept that, wouldn't she? But she's been out.
Yeah. So I don't know how close the appearance thing is, but Nobbs has just surpassed her.
So it
So
must have been. She must be literally one game over now.
yeah, must be. Yeah.
And that's going to
Okay.
keep on going. So she'll hold the record for a while because Sophie Ingles going to be out for at least, what, 9 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Sophie Ingles made 101 appearances for Chelsea, 42 for Liverpool. You can do quick miles here. 27 for Bristol Academy, 22 for Chelsea.
Laws has
Whatever
put
that.
192.
Oh,
100.
184 in November 2023. She made 100 had made 184. So yeah, it's probably like neck and neck.
Mm. Well, I enjoyed that.
So there you go. That was Jordan, no middle name Nobbs.
That's gonna kill me. I enjoyed that. Tickled me a lot. Great info. What's Mido in WSL if 200 for Arsenal? I think that's just 200 appearances for Arsenal, so including like cup games, league games, multiple different cups.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Whereas Nobbs is just the WSL, like not even
yeah.
counting all of those like Champions League, FA Cup, whatever, blah blah blah.
All those things. Oh, I miss Jordan, no middle name Nobbs, don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah, well, do you know what? She got a massive round of applause when Aston Villa came to play Arsenal last season at the Emirates. When she made an appearance, the whole Emirates stood up and clapped.
Was it one of the early
Like,
games?
I think it was, yeah.
I
I
think it was
remember
similar
it.
to the Miedemar situation when we played Man City. I feel like one of the first games back was Aston Villa last year.
Yeah, and it was everyone. I mean, she's a legend. She's an Arsenal legend. So
Yeah, Laws put the whole Emirates literally erupted. I feel like I was there for that game. I feel like it was the one where this sounds really stupid that I remember this, but there was like a 12-minute extra time that lasted forever. Like I specifically remember being like on the 14th minute of 12 minutes extra time and Katie McCabe had scored like a screamer and they just weren't ending the extra time. Yeah, Laws put yes. Late
okay,
goals, Mido's return. Yeah. And it was like waiting for them to call it. And I remember being like, this is the 13th minute! End it! It's 12 minutes! And clearly it stressed me out a lot because it's embedded in my brain.
you've remembered it.
Yeah, Eileen's put McCabe scored a banger.
There you go.
There you go. She hasn't scored a banger in a while, has she?
She
No.
hasn't.
Oh no, you're frozen. You're frozen for me?
Oh, I'm back. Hello.
Oh, you're back. There you
Um, I am a little concerned, but I
go.
think it's the gelling of the team.
But, okay. I trust you.
I did have a rant about this in the car earlier.
You did.
So
We talked about my netball team. We talked about Arsenal. We covered all the teams,
righted all the wrongs.
all the team dynamics. Okay, are you ready for no fucking clue?
I am. Please enlighten me.
Okay, right. So today's no fucking clue is about.
Just got a notebook.
She's got a notebook. It's real. Got my pen. Got my notebook. Means business. No fucking clue today is the England Amputee Football Association. Okay, so I was going to make this kind of specific to be about the women's team. But then I realised that there's not actually that awful lot out there on the women's team. And the reason is because this year is the World Cup. It's in November, the 4th to the 10th of November, the Amputee World Cup. But it's the first one ever for the women.
Ah,
Yeah, so I was trying to find out details on the history and like the previous winners and blah blah blah, where it used to be. So the men's have had a Amputee World Cup since 1984, with the first one was in Seattle.
okay.
So time, what's that, 40 years ago now?
Don't make me do maths.
Yeah, 2024 now. Yeah. So the women's, this is the first time that there is a Lionesses team. They are completely, and I think this is both the men's and the women's, not 100% sure, totally funded by charitable donations, volunteers, things like that. So you can, if at the end of this you feel like you want to donate or volunteer, you can do it on the website. It's the EAFA website, England Amputee Football Association website. So if this
We'll
is something that,
put a little link.
always put a link, we'll put a link in.
We'll put a little link in the Instagram.
Yes, nice. So they needed 50k to go to the World Cup. They only managed to achieve that this October once they appeared on BBC News or BBC Breakfast or something, and they went from 24k to the 50k they surpassed the mark kind of with that exposure almost overnight. So the England women are going to the World Cup that's in November in Colombia. So that's the first bit of good news. There is a GoFundMe. I don't know if the GoFundMe is still going now that they've got the money, but if it is, I'll find out at the end of this and we can add that to the link as well. Okay, so they are the England Amputee Football Association. There's a men's team, there's a women's team, there's a juniors team. There is grassroots level, there's a league level, and there's an international level. And the rules are all slightly different for each one. And again, isn't it just the case? I could find a lot on the men's, like they've got a TikTok account, at least the first massive scrolling is only men's. The Instagram, I think, was the same, but at the moment there are quite a few news articles about the women's because they were so desperate to get this funding. And I don't think there's been so much as an issue with the men getting funding as there has been with the women. But again, what's new? Okay, so the rules. So I made sure I wrote this down. The games are for amputees, which is amputees and people with congenital limb deficiencies and persons with restricted use of limbs. There's slightly different rules. So it's 7 aside. If you are an outfielder, so there's 6 outfielders, 1 goalkeeper. If you're an outfielder, you have to have 1 leg amputated or lack of use of 1 leg, I think. If the ball touches your crutches, it's classed as a handball.
Ah.
So you've literally only got the use of your...
Difficult.
Yes, but then I started watching some of the clips. The speed is insane. I guess 7 aside it's quicker anyway. The pitch is 60 by 40. I don't for the life of me actually know the dimensions of a normal sized football pitch. But I presume it's smaller. But if you get a chance, go onto their TikTok or their Instagram or whatever, and the speed that these guys move across, like the crutches are so far forward compared to their bodies by the time they push off. Like, it's fast. So yeah, the goals, it said, were 2 by 5, which again felt kind of normal sized to a normal game. I wrote it down somewhere. I've lost it. 2 times 5, yeah. Goal size 2 by 5.
Is 105 meters by 68 meters.
Okay, so the pitch is a lot smaller. Thank you. Love the info. Okay, so a throw-in is now replaced with a kick-in, so there's no throw-in of the ball. The goalkeeper must have either be a single arm amputee or have no use of the arm. So if they are playing, so there's the 6 and the 6 outfielders and the 1 goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper can have an amputee. And if they don't, they have to somehow restrict the use of the 1 arm. If they touch the ball with their other arm, whether that be their I hate this word, residual limb, the limb that's been amputated. So say they were amputated from the elbow down, and it touches their elbow, that's classed as they'll get the penalty to the other team. Same as if they're restricting their arm in some way and it touches their arm, penalty to the other team. In the international tournaments, they're not allowed to wear prostheses. But at grassroots level, they can be allowed if they are approved by their EAFA or something. Not sure what the actual rule, what classifies it as a approvable prosthetic. Not sure. What else is the information that I need to tell you? There's lots of good facts. It touches the crutch, it's a handball. Oh, there's no offside rule.
Okay.
There's no offside rule, and I don't know why that is. It doesn't say, and maybe I'm missing something obvious in that.
Maybe the speed or the bodies. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But one thing I will say, something that I had to keep track of as I was talking, was it is so easy, and like if I did do this wrong, do tell me, or if I do it wrong in the future, that I kept struggling to not say normal football or normal players, but say able-bodied players.
Mm.
And that's just like a language thing that I'm working on. Like it's so natural to see what you see every day when you watch at the weekend or you play and call that normal. And like all the articles that I read called it able-bodied and able-bodied versus amputee football. So if I slipped up, sorry. But I don't think I did. I think I managed it.
No, I think you did good.
Thanks. Um, what else was there? No several coaches. Oh, no slide tackles.
Yeah.
But apart from that, the general rules seem relatively similar. The World Cup starts on the 4th of November, 4th till the 10th. It's in Colombia. I don't know where in Colombia. And I don't know where it's going to be shown. But I imagine because they've now got quite a lot of media coverage with the BBC being involved in the GoFundMe page, you would hope it might be somewhere that people can actually view it.
And who's the organizing body, like
The
of the competition? Is it FIFA or
I don't know.
okay? Because I
That
was
would
gonna
be
guess
some.
maybe it's on FIFA Player, but
Yeah, I don't know. I know that obviously the international team is the EAFA, but I don't know what the international body's called. Good point.
no.
Something for me to look up.
Um, that was very interesting. I
Thank
didn't
you.
I didn't know that there was a team. Like when we've gone to like St George's and stuff before, I've seen like that there's the visually impaired team that they have.
Yeah.
Um, but I never knew that there was an amputee team, so that was very interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know whether they play at like they train at St George's like the other able-bodied England teams do or the other disability teams. Um, oh, Faith put World Amputee Football Federation.
Okay.
Actually, I do remember that because I remember it spells WAF, and that was in my head. um, how do they take throw-ins? They don't have throw-ins; they have kick-ins. So I imagine both crutches on the ground and kick, no throw-ins allowed. Um, but yeah, it's actually really interesting to watch. The few clips that I did that classic thing where you mean to visit a page and you end up stuck in a scroll hole of page. It's really fast and it's really interesting. Like I find this whenever you find any sport that's kind of got the non-able-bodied version, it's so amazing how they can adapt it. Like anything, even like running when they have a guide runner
Mm.
who, it's fascinating that they have to be so fit to run said race as well. I can't remember what the official name is. Is it a guide or I can't remember. But I do find it fascinating how sport can be adapted so well to make it so that everybody can be involved. Um,
And that's why it's like frustrating when people are like, "Oh, well, they just can't play that." It's like,
mhm.
well, how about we just adapt things so that everybody can get involved, like you
Yeah.
said, rather than restricting people's access. Like the world's hard enough. Let people kick a football around.
The world is so hard. Let people play. Um,
Play.
let them play. Let the people play. But yeah, there's if you also go on the website, there's I don't know if people know people who might be interested, who may be amputees or have other disabilities. There's a whole list of other well, one, there's the list of the leagues, the places you can play, the grassroots teams. Then there's a list of other things like walking football, and there's another one, and it was like pan disability football, where they've like adjusted it in quite a lot of different ways. There's visually impaired football, but yeah, loads of sports do this now. Like I know that on my sometimes when the place where I used to play netball on a Tuesday, they had next to it a walking netball game, and they could there was a woman that I was chatting to once and she was like, it's an opportunity to get out where, you get told that you can't. Like you can't run and therefore you can't play sport, but there's no reason why things can't be adapted.
Yeah,
Um, so it should be. Makes sense
yeah,
really.
it does make sense. They should
And
be.
there's a whole thing once that I read and it was about how the can't remember the words, so forgive me if I get this wrong. But it was talking about how it's not that being disabled is the issue, it's that the world, it would not be an issue if the world thought about it. Like
Yeah.
the simple thing of having a ramp in a place, you are making the world inaccessible by not having that. But if you have it, like everything's possible. Same with like you can adapt everything. And like I guess this was like with the Paralympics. I went to the launch and then they were talking about how they're making the coverage for the Paralympics so actually accessible for people who have disabilities, who aren't able-bodied, and like the simple things that they were doing, they're like once they talked it through, they were like, this is hard because it's harder to do because nothing's been set up thinking about it. But if we set things up to start with that way, this would just be a simple adjustment. Just
Yeah.
really interesting. It's
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah. Our world is so capable of being adapted. Why we don't just do it is beyond me.
We'll
But
never know.
good to see that they're getting the funding. Good to see that they're going to be out there. I'm looking forward to watching. Uh, I'm looking forward to watching some clips and seeing because I've not actually seen any of the footage. Um, like I knew you were researching it, but I purposefully did. I purposely
Stay
avoided.
clear. Nice.
So I I am looking forward now to going and seeing some of the footage and because I'm currently visualizing, but
Yeah, watch it. It's good.
I'll watch some.
But someone's put here, Ashley's put, I use a wheelchair and all I wanted was to be able to use the gym. It took 10 months to find one. And this is so true. Like, you know, when you start to think about it, and, you know, obviously I don't have to think about it, but I was at my gym the other day and I was thinking, there's no lift and the gym's upstairs. Like, there is no way, there's no ramp, it's just stairs. And I was like, and the reason that I actually thought about it was because there was a person who was in a wheelchair upstairs. And I remember thinking, how did they go up here? And I was like, did somebody have to help them up? In that case, this gym is not equipped. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, you don't think about it until you have to, but for some people, they have to think about it every single day. It's just going off on one now. So I'm losing the sport theme, but I'm just thinking.
We go on many a tangent on
Any a
this
tangent.
and you know what? The people are here for it. So
Some idea and chit chat.
there's some idea, some solicited and unsolicited advice, some
Everything we need and
ramblings, some
do.
rantings, hair care routines. You can get it all here at All the Queer.
All queer. Brogues has said she's just done a deep dive to try and find out where it gets broadcast and thinks it could be Facebook.
Oh,
So for anyone who hasn't been on their Facebook account for 10 million years, maybe now's the time. Go watch the Amputee Football World Cup. Go support the Lionesses.
well,
Speaking of Lionesses, a few comments came up. Apparently there's a squad announcement this week. I did not know that.
yes, I saw somebody in my comments said it's tomorrow.
I think that's right. I think that's what someone else put.
So, yeah, well that makes sense because the first game's on the 25th of October. I want to say.
Yes, we're going, right?
You want to? Germany.
Yeah, Wembley.
Yeah, 25th. Yeah, at Wembley. First
10:45 tomorrow.
10:45 tomorrow. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Thoughts for who should get called up? Who, like, for example, which goalkeeper are we thinking?
I know, I was going to say Mary Earps.
I don't know.
I think the problem is, like, I think there's a chance she might not be number one, but I do think that they're a very gelled team with her as number one. Like,
Yeah,
which I know isn't the way to be because it's supposed to be like proving yourself, playtime, yada yada yada. But I think I still think it should be Mary. I still think it should be Mary.
but that's just because Mary's your idol.
I don't want to be biased. Maybe I am being biased. I don't know. I just love it. Okay, that's bias.
Can't
That's the definition of bias.
be like if I was getting called up for a team,
I
you'd
put you
want
in the team anytime, honey.
me to be. You'd want me to be getting starting minutes. You wouldn't want to see me on the bench. You'd want to see me in whatever position.
This is true. But when it comes to Merps, I genuinely do also think she was a great footballer.
She is. She is. She is a great footballer. So I guess we'll see. I mean, I guess it'd be between her, Hampton, Keating, Roebuck.
Brogues has put Keaton hasn't been getting many minutes either. It'll be interesting. Who is the Man City goalkeeper then, the number one? Because it was Roebuck.
Is it a Dutch person?
Because it was Roebuck, wasn't it? And now she's gone to Barca, which didn't get played last year, which we think was for health.
Can anybody in the comments help me?
Um, oh,
I'm
we've got
going.
Japanese keeper Yamashita. Brogues has said.
Sure. I can't actually see on this. Ah, yes, Yamashita, Keating, and Startup.
Um, well, clearly she's good because they tend to be winning a lot.
Yeah, they do. Scoring a lot and not conceding a lot.
But she's also not going to be an issue in the Lionesses team against Merps because
No, because she's
she's
Japanese.
not English. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping Merps. That's cover position number one. I think bronze, classic. She'll be in
Yeah,
there. She won't never not be. Um,
I hope we
I
got
think there's
more
going to be the
Greenwood.
basics.
We
Yeah,
got
Greenwood, Bright, Russo, Mead.
Yeah, classics. Lauren James.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Um, Williamson.
yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much a
I don't think
no
there'll be
one.
that many surprises. I don't think
Yeah,
it's too dissimilar to the call ups for the qualifying, the Euros qualifiers.
they're all just friendlies these games, aren't they?
Yeah, these ones are friendlies.
And it's what Germany, South Africa,
And
Switzerland, USA. Yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see. I don't think, like I said, I don't think there'll be many surprises, but in
We've
terms of
got
call ups,
people calling up. We've got Laetitia to help for her. There's some young lionesses knocking on the door. This is true. Um,
that's
apparently, people have said maybe not Tooney.
maybe not Tooney. Why so?
Will Millie Turner get called up now? Bright's back. I think Bright will bip the post. She's just a
Exactly what
human.
that saying is.
What? What is the vote saying?
I don't know.
Pippa to the post? Bipper to the post?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
She'll win.
She'll win.
She'll win.
I'm looking at I am looking at the options here, and I actually forget like how many players potentials there are. Like we've got Fran Kirby, there's Georgia Stanway, Kira Walsh, Grace Clinton, Jessica Park, Chloe Kelly, Beth Mead, Aggie Beaver Jones, Jessica Nas, like all these people who like
Forget everyone,
are
don't you?
playing really well, and and there's Serena. So
There's
I forget actually that there are tons of players to choose from.
so many. So
I'm like,
many.
oh yes, that 11 that I know, and I then forget that
Yeah, you
actually
forget the entire
tons
tribe.
forget the entire squad.
I'm trying to think what else. What have we missed?
What else have we missed?
Oh, here's one that I'm going to bring up.
Oh,
And maybe just to get it off my chest because it's driving me nuts. Two things. Mainly all along the theme of misogyny in football. Um,
oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Joe Barton's tweet. I hate the man. It's the fact that it's not even like fine, dislike women's football, whatever. But the fact that you would literally take what is essentially a health crisis in women's sport, like it's affecting them physically, mentally, career wise, probably financially for a lot of women as well. Well, definitely financially for a lot of women as well, in every way. And rather than address a problem that is genuinely a problem for half of sports people, he's just claimed with what knowledge he has that it's biology. I hate him.
Somebody needs to take his phone away, take his Twitter account, take any social media access. Maybe he should invest in some sort of PR person,
Oh,
uh, or just maybe just put the phone down.
exactly.
Um,
But it's never gonna. Sorry, I forgot to actually say. Someone said, "What did he say?" He made a tweet saying that the reason that women are not good at football is because of their biology, that their skeletal frame is incorrect for it, and that's why
too
they get
much hip.
ACL tears. Yeah.
Our knees and our hips, the way they align.
Yeah, he threw around some big bone words like pelvis and thought he was on one. Um,
Bone words.
big anatomy words from little
Those are
Joe
that's
Thornton.
science.
Ooh.
That's science right there.
You kind of want to be a bit like, what was wrong with your bones then? Why did you only get one cap for England? But it's just, yeah, Laws put the man tries all he can to stay relevant. It's so true. And I don't want to, you see, you just don't want to be frustrated by it. But you're like, you have such a platform. And he's doing this podcast or whatever. It's called like Common Sense. And I just can't. Just can't anymore. And then I saw, so there was a video of the Arsenal women's fan club going through the tunnel near the Emirates. And the video is great. It's everyone singing Shake Your Caldente. And then the comments, and I had to ask in the Family chat because I was like, am I reading this right? Like, is this what it means? And it all said, one, there were lots of jokes about the women being ultras and how like pathetic they are, which is annoying in itself because women don't want to be, mostly, don't want to be ultras. We don't want to be part of a football firm beating people up because we like football. We want to be there, have a good time, have some competition. But then a lot of the comments also said kitchen ultras, and it had like thousands of likes. And I was like, is this really? Are we still at the point in society where get back in the kitchen is still a joke? Like, I'm just past it. How is that a joke? I just,
It's yeah. Like we're meant to be. We're meant to have moved so far. We're meant to be, like women in every sector of society doing fantastic things, doing amazing things because we can and we do.
despite
And
all the obstacles,
despite all the obstacles, and yet the most boring sad sacks you ever did meet.
yeah,
Just I don't know, can't let people live, can't let people do things and enjoy things, and I don't know.
sad sacks. That's the word that I'd say. Nice.
That's
Sad sacks. Um, there's even one as well that was called it the no rights ultras, and I was like, you're even addressing in that comment that women don't have equal rights, and you're still thinking it's a joke. I'm like, I just let women live, let them enjoy things, let them enjoy football, let them enjoy any sport. Just like, just be quiet,
yeah.
please.
Just be quiet. That's the takeaway from tonight's live is just be quiet.
Just be
If you're
quiet.
gonna be, if you're gonna be sexist, if you're gonna be misogynistic, if you're gonna be, I don't know, a Joey Barton type, let's say, then just be quiet.
And
Racism, homophobia, discrimination, misogyny, just be quiet.
just be quiet. Just leave it. Leave it in your brain with the other two thoughts you have. Just leave it there. I also saw another thing I was annoyed about. Not to, oh, the ding. Another one on the amputee. Obviously, like I said, I was deep on the amputee TikTok. Um, the number of comments on the amputee TikTok page that are just mocking people who are literally so resiliently enjoying a sport out of what is a difficult life situation to be put in. And I just couldn't believe it. You know, when you're reading it and you're like, never in a million years is that where my brain goes. I see them videos and I think these are phenomenal sportsmen, women, whatever it may be. And it's mad to me that someone will go on that and comment jokes like with punchlines all related to missing limbs or like I can't even think of them. And I just think like your brain works in such a vile way and I'm so happy that mine doesn't do that. Like What a sad life. I just anyway, I had to get that
What a
off
sad
system.
little life, Jane.
What a sad little
Sad little
life, Jane. It's usually James. What a sad little
Do
life,
you know what
Jane.
it is? It's keyboard warriors. It's people sat behind a
Yeah.
computer thinking that their words, um, are be said by this behind the safety of online. I just
Yeah.
don't get it. I just it just never pops into my head. So and which is a good thing. It's a good thing that we don't
Yeah, I
have.
probably wouldn't like you that much if it did. You probably wouldn't be my type.
Um,
Actually, based off my dating hitting it. Thinking about it. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. Do you want to do an I'm proud of?
yes. In the comments, any I'm proud ofs on my sides.
I had one that I was proud of you, and I suddenly can't remember. I thought about it. Mm,
I'm proud of you.
me,
Yeah,
Wayne.
because I am now a fully fledged wag. You playing not one, not two, but thrice
The
three
rest.
netball games a week, and I'm really really proud of you because I went to see you play in your league team on a Tuesday, stealth, and you said that it was a really it was a hard league to play in, and you've only just started playing with the team, so you're getting to know them, you're getting to know yourself in that team dynamic. And I stood in the absolute piss and rain, but
You
I was
did.
really, really, I'm really, really
Yes.
proud of you. I'm really, really proud of you for keeping it up. I'm really proud of you for keeping going, even if it's raining and tough and maybe not quite as fun as the social league
Yeah.
netball. I'm proud of you, my sporting gal.
Oh, thanks. I am struggling to keep the not take it personally. Like they criticize, but obviously they criticize in like it's good. I want it. I want to get better, but I'm just not used to it. I'm so used to playing in fun leagues where everyone's like, "Yeah, well done, you're doing great," and then they'll be like, "I'll do something good," and they'll say I've done good, and then I'll do something and I'll miss it, and they will call it out and be like, "You should have got that," and I'm like, "I should have got it," but I have to keep playing and not cry. Because they don't just say it like a quarter time, they shout it across the court.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no. Thank you, that was cute. Laws put in your wag era, okay, not okay, but I'm here for it.
Listen,
You're wagging.
I was born to be a wag.
You're supposed to be wagging. Someone was like the other day, you're gonna get on the court soon. You're like, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I turned up to the match tonight in Doc Martens so that I couldn't get asked to play.
You do live in fear, don't you, that one day there'll be a player down and they'll ask you.
Listen. I'm like moderately okay at scoring, and I still get a little bit of fear when they ask me to do it. Tonight, I was like, have I like made up some of these goals? I swear, like I must have.
I wish
I
you
did.
had because they won. We lost so bad. Okay,
Um,
we've got. I'm going to struggle with this word, but I think it's an Irish word. I'm proud of my camogie team.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well
that's
done.
the thing that looks a bit
Congratulations.
like lacrosse, right?
It is hurling, but for
Hurling.
girls.
That's it. Um, team for winning at county final. Oh, amazing.
Well done.
Proud of me for going to 8 football matches in the last year and not having a panic attack. Proud of you too. It can be very sensory overloady. I've had that. I'm proud because I found out one of my short stories is getting published in a book for charity. Amazing. Oh,
Amazing.
Alvin's here. Hey, Alvin.
Hi.
Um,
I'm proud I went. Eileen says I'm proud that I went to a bar by myself and watched the Liverpool City game. Was very fun. Proud of you too. Not easy to go out places yourself, let alone bars where there's lots of people.
mhm.
Elle says she's proud of me for ignoring everyone on Friday. Keely says proud of their best friend for continuing to pursue his dream of being a writer slash author. Again, not an easy career, so well done to your friend.
Yeah, proud. Holly, I'm proud of the friendships I've made from going to football matches and people I surround myself with. I'm very proud of you, Holly. You are a great person. It's been great getting to know you, even if it has been virtual. But it's the same thing. Laws has put, I'm proud of Arsenal fans for being so strong on the Jonas out stance. They have been strong, they have been powerful. That was what Katie was spotted with a flare and a drum on the sidelines. You know what? Matter of time. You'll be the next Basil, but for the the Marlow cows on the Maidenhead bumblebees. And you do it so well. Em's proud of herself for getting through a rough week and having my dad's 2 year on Saturday and keeping going. Very good, very proud. Very proud. Oh, you got a hi from Belfast. There you go. Home sweet home.
So,
Um, there we go. I think I've covered them all. Right, only 3 minutes over for us. Pretty decent. Oh, Holly's also proud of future her for getting through this week as it's going to be a tough one. Hope it goes well. Don't know what it is, but
you and everyone else get through the week. We will see you next Monday on the other side.
In Mead.
I'm not saying that name, and you know I'm not saying that name.
In Bright, we dance. In Tune, we prance.
On that note,
I need to
goodbye.
think. Bye.
All right. See you guys next week. Bye.
Whee!